Hey guys, back again. I had to go out for dinner last night, which was really nice. It's always nice going out for dinner and having something that you haven't cooked yourself. And my friend is a really good cook. Even my son approved. So anyway, well, I thought I'd come back today and finish up doing a little bit of the sewing. I was going to do it. I thought I might just start on it and then do a couple of stitches and then do it a little and then do the rest off camera, I think. So I might start here and I'll do it a couple of holes. That's probably the best way to do this, is pin prick the holes beforehand. Makes it a little bit easier. This takes me back to my scrapbooking days when I first started doing videos. I've got so many videos that are on my camera that I haven't done, like haven't shown. Oh, sorry, get distracted. Okay, last one there, because I was waiting for my son to help me edit and all that kind of stuff. But something I would really like to learn, I've got to get a new computer, and I'd like to do a little bit more editing on there so that I can do film some, me doing painting and sewing and all that, so I can fast forward bits, and I'm not so worried about the professional, over the top, but it was more, it's a bit too long, some things, especially with sewing. Okay, put the knot in there. Now, because this is a stem, I'm going to do stem stitch. So you start there, then you go, actually, I could just do a backing stitch actually. If it was on fabric, I would definitely do a stem stitch, but it's a little bit harder to do a stem stitch. On paper, so I'm just going to do a running stitch. The funny thing is, it ends up being a stem stitch on the back. So just a quick running stitch. So I'll just do the one thing, and then I'll like to do a running stitch along here, to be honest. Well, this is more of a backing stitch. A running stitch is when you actually miss a stitch, so it's more like a like a little, whereas this is a continuous stitch. Really love the colours in this, it's so pretty. I reckon it's probably some of my favourite colours have always been pink and green, but I really love teal as well. Like I love sort of this baby blue and the tealy, like this is a green, but it's a tealy type of green, like a bluey green. Okay, now yeah, so I'll have to drag out some of my scrapbooking projects that I've done and shown you how much stitching I've done in there. I've stitched a whole big doily once. Took me a while, but I quite like it. It's quite relaxing. So, but it's definitely a different technique sewing in paper than it is in fabric, because fabric's more pliable. You don't have to go, see how I've got to go back and forward like that, whereas if I was sewing on fabric, you pretty much you know, you don't have to turn it the other way. So this is a way that it's going to stop. If you pre-do the holes, it stops it from tearing, because you've got to realise paper is still paper and it's a lot more fragile than the fabric, but it does have a lovely look. You can do this sort of technique if you wanted to make a fabric cover without the paper, but I just love this, and incorporate maybe some paper on the top of it, so it's either or. I've got a bit of both. Okay. Now what I might do is I might just leave that connected, and I'll grab some of this pink. Hopefully we can see it. It may not be. I must have used three strands in the last lot. Oh, there you go. Okay. Just going to do some French knots. Then I'll pause it, finish it up, and well, that's just not going on, is it? Ugh, it's always a way. Okay. I need to get one of those needle threaders. The older you get, the harder it is to thread a needle. Still not that old yet, but I can't imagine what it's going to be like when I'm, you know, in my 80s, trying to still be sewing. Now, I reckon just along here, maybe there. Oh, here. I'll do some here. It's a bit further away. Okay. Okay. Now we can either do the figure eight. What the heck, I'll just do 1, 2, 3, some French knots. Remember to go next to it now. It's a little bit harder with fabric. I mean, not fabric, paper, because it is so close, and when you make a hole, you make it fairly big, so you've got to be really careful that you don't pull it through and it ends up not working. Okay. Okay. Probably do about 4, 3 or 4, maybe 5. I'll do a little more, and then I'll bring it back up to show you. It's a bit hard for you guys to see that far. 2, 3. Definitely, I think I'll do 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And that way, just to really fill in the gap. There we go. Cool. Okay, here's a real 3D element. Hopefully you can see that. Ooh, then when you bring it too close, it does not like it. This is a 3D element, and then that's stitched along there. So I'll pause it, and because I have to finish it before I stick on this part here. So I'll pause. So that's basically what you're going to do along here with some stuff, and then I'll come back and do the running stitch on that. Back again. I've just cut out this little butterfly. I've done the little thing there and there, and along here you can sort of see on the back. So I've inked all around and in the middle, and I've undone the stitching along there, and I thought I'd just do that in the pink. Ooh, too close. Really doesn't like it, but it needed a butterfly, so that's going to go on there. Where are we? So I glue that. Can't have, you know, a thing with pretty pastels, not have a pretty pink butterfly. Oh, that'll be right. Now, I've gotten some pages for the inside. How pretty is it? Although I could probably leave it so it can fly up, but and I was going to get a little pearl bead thing on there, but I like the colour. I could put it on there and it does look okay, but I just like the way that that colour matches with that, and it sort of needed it, if you know what I mean. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, now what we're going to be doing is I've made up a little booklet. I've got a really nice like writing pad with pretty paper and gorgeous envelopes that someone gifted me. So I thought I'm going to put that on as some papers on the inside, so it's going to be part of the notebook. I might need to cut it, but then I also added just pink and some of my beautiful eco dyed paper from this one's a little bit thicker. I thought it'd be nice on the inside, from Faye. So I've only got 5 sheets, which I think is enough because this has got to go into a journal. So I really don't want it to be too thick. So I've pre-cut out all the bits and pieces that I want to stick in there. So I will, and I've inked for you. So there you go. I haven't been too annoying. Now I'm going to stick that on there, and I'll have to stick that with craft glue because it's got all that stitching and everything on the back. It might be a little bit lumpy bumpy, but I don't think I'm going to be putting anything else on there. So okay, I could probably, maybe put a pocket or something, but you've got the journal that you can, well, the papers to write in. So yeah, don't think it's going to be an issue. Okay, really enjoyed making this. I just love pastel stuff, inspired by Angela Kerr once again. She made that beautiful envelope. Oh, lost words when you're busy concentrating. Now, really hope, I really want it to stick, so I'm going to stick extra. Maybe I ought to stick it extra over the bits that have been sewn. Okay. Now, make sure this is the right way. to lay flat. Makes it a bit hard when you've got all buttons and everything on the other side, but that sits pretty good. There we go. Just as well, this is mine. This is going to be my one. I just love it. I think it's so pretty. Got my journal that I'll probably stick that in there. I might even show you my journal now. But I've got that other one that I made for Angela. I'm going to have that as a giveaway. And I've also added in some pages and everything in there, but I'm going to do a separate video for that. So I've got this that I'm putting there. This is from Antique Papery. I thought, oh, hold on here, I might as well use this. Actually, I'm going to be sewing, so I could probably put some glue stick down. And it's only copy paper, so it was too pretty not to use this. This is from the Butterfly, I think it's Butterfly House from Antique Papery, and this is a Kazar Craft paper pad, which has got really soft, pretty coloured papers in it. I'll have a look on it. Because we've got a Kazar Craft near my house, I can get it. Here we go, that's the one. Floral Romance, and I'm using, I think it was that one, and then I'm using the plain grey to go on the background. That would probably be a beautiful one. Where is it? To do the front cover. If you there's some really pretty ones with just that sort of stuff on there. That would be really nice to make with the front cover, you know, because I've got the magazine and not everyone's got that magazine. So, and then I thought I'll put that on there like that. There we go. Not too bad. It's actually going to be a two-parter because I'm organised, which is pretty good for a sewing one. Oh well, just as well it's only for me. Okay, now I'll sew around those, but I've got to put the back on first. And then this is that leftover pieces from that paper that went up, that was on that side, and I thought that's the back of it. But I really like that paper and I wanted to use it, so I thought I might make a little tuck spot, and then I'm going to make a tag to put in there. So we'll put that down. Okay. And I will go on the machine and sew it. Okay. Yep, move that over a tad. It's a little bit shorter. That's okay because I've got that. And then I've got this. But I'll put that little, cut out a little notch just so you know that it is somewhere you can put something in. Okay. There we go. Oop. Now I was going to make that for in here, but I probably should make that for in here. But I don't really want to cover up those really pretty butterflies. So I might put a smaller one. Okay, well, I am going to go to the sewing machine and sew all the way around the front. And sew around here. Okay, and stay. And then sew this in as well. So, how pretty is that? Wondering if I'm going to need to cut some off. I reckon I might, but I'll do that after it's paused. Okay, back again. Sewed all the way around here and there, sewed in the middle there. Oh, I really love that paper. I think it's so beautiful. On there. Okay, now what I'm going to do now, I decided against using that bigger one. It was a bit too big. I got this, which I got from the mushroom market. I'm going to put that on there. Just needed something. So I thought I'd do a little bit of inking and all that kind of stuff beforehand. That's that little bit extra from the paper as well. I seem to be using, I think I've only got one little piece left of that. And this flower was from my postcard things. So stick this on here. Where are we? Needs a good bit of a fiddle. So I've done a lot of stuff, saving a little bit of time. I'm gonna sew it. Okay. Now, pull it up a little bit. This stuff is a shocker. It really doesn't give you much time, I can tell you. Okay, now got this fabric, but I think it's probably a tad long, so that's the same fabric that I've got on the front with the buttons. Found a little bit that had more of the blue tinge because I'm using a blue butterfly this time round. So we'll put it on there. And I won't have any buttons or anything on there. Okay. Pick the blue button, giving a blue butterfly, which I was thinking of sort of hanging over there because I do need to do the antennae. So I'll do it in between the leaf. Okay, pre-inked that one. Okay, really loving how this has turned out. Sometimes you just have a project that you just love and are very happy with. Okay, put it on there, and because it's on the paper, it's not so bad. You can draw it. Now I'll have that on here, so it's going to go in there like that. I will sew around it. Glad I used up some of this extra as well. Just this back page, even though the colours are pretty, it just needed a little something. Okay. Yep. So pretty. I think I'm going to have to chuck that under. I'll cut it off. And here, it's a bit annoying. That's how it goes though sometimes. Okay. Really be careful. Mrs. Perfectionist. Okay. And same goes for here. Now, what I'll do is I'll sew around that, and then I'm going to stick that on there like that. Just thought it needed to bring out, and then that will stick in here. I'm wondering whether I do sew it or not. Might add a bit too much bulk, to be honest. No, I don't think I will. If I want to sew it later, I can. But I think it'll be okay for now, because this is it's like only magazine paper. I really don't want to put too much stuff in there. Now, put a bit of paper on the back of it as well. You should not be using those scissors on paper. Now, just did some coffee dyed paper so that I can actually write on that, so I still may sew it just to keep it down. But for now, that's going in there. Oh, isn't it pretty? Still see the butterfly. I like it. Then I've got stuff I can put in there. Okay, now what I'm going to do, put a lid on everything, and I will actually show you. I don't really, very rarely grab out a journal and put it in a journal to show you. So I will do that today. I've got a couple of journals that some of you may not have seen. I've got this one, which is the one I made, and I made this one a long time ago as well. So I've got a couple of special journals that they've got 3 signatures. This is using my Proverbs 31 stuff. So my Proverbs 31 Digi Kit. So it may go in there. It just seems to work better with this, I think, than it does with this White Lilies one. So yeah, this is using my, so pretty. It's got real feminine. There's quite a few oh, here we go, stuff and bits and pieces that you can put in there. Yeah, I should have flicked through a little bit. That's what you can use the Proverbs 31 Digi Kit for. And I've got a lot of Daphne's Diary and stuff from magazines, and some calico collage and all that kind of stuff. It's just so pretty. I've done a flip through a while back. So this is my special journal. Where is it? There we go. It goes in there, so I may put it in there. I think it looks good in there. Or I've got the White Lily's journal, made from an old... White Lily is what Susanna means, and that's why I bought this book from an antique shop. And then I've got this beautiful fabric on the back of it, which 1901, that's how old the cover was. This was a thank you and an invitation for my wedding. That was from my mum and dad, and so I've got quite a few lovely bits and pieces in that one, so it may go in there too, but might be a little bit thick to go in there. That's the thing. I reckon it will go in the other one, but I'll this is probably more of a writing journal. Hand painted love letter. I mean, hand painted a Bambi book cover. It is so pretty. I've got this in my what's going there? No, it's just too big. I think it's going to go in the other one. Yeah. So I have still got to do bits and pieces in there. It's really nice, this one. Okay, love it. I think I might put the cover back on properly. Okay, well, that is going to go in this one, I feel. This is my fabric covered journal. I've actually got this tea set, like this teacup and this tea, in my stuff. So there. This is where it's going to end up, and that's Laura Ashley. I think it will go in there. It's just so pretty. Yeah, how gorgeous is that? Very happy with that. Okay, well, I'll catch you in the next video, which is probably going to be, I'm going to have a giveaway. I've made this, put some papers and stuff in there, and so I'm going to have this as a giveaway in my next video, which I'll leave the details for that in that video. Okay guys, thank you very much, and I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.